Hi Leo, welcome to your bonus reading for the month of March. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Laura, aka Baby Curl Tarot. I'm a tarot reader, astrologer, and root worker. And I love doing monthly readings for all the zodiac signs here on YouTube, as well as some other fun content over on TikTok and Instagram. I'm going to go ahead and jump into your reading, but keep in mind this is a general collective message, so whatever comes up, comes up. Please take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If it's not resonating, probably a message for another Leo out there. Don't force readings you see on the internet to fit your personal life situations, okay? In this bonus reading, you get a love reading and a general message. So I'm going to start with your love reading. Let's get into it. Spiritual team, Legendary Ladies Goddess deck. What messages do you have for the Leo collective regarding their love lives at this time? What messages do you have for the Leo collective regarding their love lives at this time? What's going on for the Leo collective in their love lives? Okay, so the first card you got was Aphrodite, and it says passion. I mean, talk about like the epitome of love and beauty and sensuality. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we have Parvati. This is spirit. So right off the bat, it feels like your love lives are exciting, passionate, hot, sexy, but also it feels a little like the Leos are playing coy, you're keeping it cute. Okay, we don't chase, we attract kind of a vibe. That's what I get from Aphrodite, at least. But Parvati adds this like spiritual element to it as well. It's very like not only sensual in like the physical aspect of this connection, but also intimate and sensual in terms of like getting to know this person, like really spending quality time with somebody, like learning the ins and outs of their inner workings and vice versa. I love it. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the tarot and see what comes up. Okay, let's get into the tarot. Spiritual team, erotic fantasy tarot. What messages do you have for the Leo collective regarding their love lives at this time? What messages do you have for the Leo collective regarding their love lives at this time? What does Spirit want you guys to know? Come here. Okay, at the top of the deck, we have the Knight of Cups. Ooh, we have the Emperor. Oh, wow. We have the High Priestess, Ace of Coins in reverse, Nine of Swords in reverse. What's at the bottom of the deck? We have the Page of Cups, Two of Swords, Knight of Swords, Queen of Cups in reverse, Three of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Okay. I feel like some of you guys are definitely involved with somebody that really wants to get to know you, somebody that definitely I would say takes the initiative with you, especially if you feel like you live more in your feminine energy versus your masculine energy. So again, that's that chase versus attract thing. If you feel like you want someone to pursue you and you don't want to be the one pursuing, this is definitely for you. And again, you don't have to be a woman to identify with more feminine energies or ways of approaching life. You could be a man, you could be non-binary, you could be trans, whatever, okay? But I do definitely feel like there is a new connection or something that recently started here with this Page of Cups. And I also feel like a lot of you guys have, in a lot of ways, like, I don't know if necessarily kept this person at a distance is the right way I want to put it, but with this Queen of Cups in reverse and Three of Swords in reverse, it feels like a lot of you guys, you guys have been through a lot emotionally. I feel like you guys are not in necessarily the most like stable place in terms of like giving your full selves to a relationship at this time. Now that could be because you went through a divorce, you went through a recent breakup, or you've just generally had not the greatest luck in love, okay? It could mean a number of things. Just take what resonates for you personally. But I do get the feeling that like the Leos are very possibly like defensive, protective of their heart space right now. And there's a lot of healing that's still being done internally. Okay, I also feel like a lot of you may have reservations about this person in general, just because of what you've gone through in the past, right? So a lot of you guys are like, I don't know if I can trust this person. I want to trust this person. I really like them, so on and so forth. And so I definitely feel like you guys maybe experience a lot of internal chaos, especially like mentally, of like what to do. I feel like a lot of you guys want to like rush towards this person with this Knight of Swords. I feel like you really enjoy talking to this person, like you want to reach out to this person, or you want them to reach out to you a lot. Like you want a lot of communication with this person, but a lot of you also have your guards up in a lot of ways, so you want to protect yourselves. What I do see though is this relationship progressing from the Page of Cups to the Knight of Cups. So taking it from just the talking stage to maybe something a little bit more solidified. So maybe you guys are making things a little bit exclusive. You guys are agreeing to not talk to other people, so on and so forth. This definitely feels like that, or someone definitely like making their intentions known. Like, I want to get to know you in this way outside of something casual, or like, I just want you to know that I'm here for you in whatever way that you need me. And this person, I feel, is definitely being represented by the Emperor here. Could be a fire sign. This is represented by Aries, but they don't have to be. But it just definitely feels like this is someone who is very intentional and very assertive when it comes to telling you their intentions. Like, there's shouldn't be any guessing with this person. That, or this person is just being very, very patient. But they eyes on the prize. Like, to have them sitting right next to the Knight of Cups, like their eyes are on the prize. Even if they're not the most like expressive person, if they're a little bit more on the reserved side, they're very patient. They're like, I will wait for you until you're ready, kind of a thing. And I love that. That's so tea. But it feels like, yeah, it feels like this person does have a little bit of like, they have a little bit of an intuitive side, because we have the High Priestess right here next to them too. So it's like, not only are they like super assertive or like solid in terms of showing up for you physically, or just, you know, in practical ways, but they also have this very like deep spiritual side to them. So they show up for you in ways that like you don't even really fully know how to explain. It's just like a feeling you get from this person, or this feeling that they give off, this aura that they give off. Basically, it's like, again, the Emperor represents like a warrior, right? So we would automatically assume, like, as a leader, as a person who, you know, goes to war or leads people in war, they would be very aggressive or very assertive, very bold, which they absolutely can be. But again, it just feels like there's a patience, there's a sense of like inner calmness. This person could be a Scorpio, okay, honestly. There's like this inner sense of calm that is very powerful. They don't have to say a whole lot. Kind of intense. It's definitely giving Scorpio. I don't know. But whatever it is, it just feels like there's no pressure, there's no stress, there's no worry or whatever here with this Nine of Swords in reverse. It's like this, there's no pressure. There's no pressure for you to commit. There's no pressure to do anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. Like, they are working with wherever you're at. And like with the Ace of Swords in reverse, I think a lot of you guys aren't really ready to commit, or aren't sure if you're ready to commit, or if you're in the right space, or if it's the right time, so on and so forth. So in a lot of ways, I feel like this person recognizes that and respects that. And again, just, they refuse to pressure you in any way. That's generally the sense that I'm getting. And I really like that, honestly. Do I think that you could progress with this person? Absolutely. But I think it's really up to you and how you want to approach this, how much healing you need to do, how much you need to work through internally. And really only you can determine that and dictate that. Do I think this person is super patient? Yeah, absolutely. I think this person would do whatever it is that you want to do with them. That sounds really kinky, but hopefully you understand what I was trying to say. Like they're in no rush. I feel like you might be putting the pressure on yourself. You might be rushing yourself, but this person is absolutely not rushing you or putting any type of pressure on you at all, at least from what I can feel and see. So again, it just feels like this is a really great person to have in your life as you're going through some of these more emotional shifts or changes or, you know, healing sort of thing. All right, Leos, that's what I'm seeing in terms of love. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle and clear my table, and then we'll go ahead and get into your general reading. I'll see you guys there in a second. All right, Leos, let's get into your general reading. Spiritual team, Prism Oracle, what messages do you have for the Leo collective at this time? What messages do you have for the Leo collective at this time? Let's see. Okay, first card is confidence. I like that. Look at this little happy face, just made me smile. Okay, we got confidence, and at the bottom of the deck we have abundance, period. I love it. I love it. It feels like the Leos are being reassured through their financial stability and security. You guys are in a good place, or you're about to be. Let's get into the tarot and see what comes up. All right. Spiritual team, erotic fantasy tarot. What messages do you have, excuse you, for the Leo collective at this time? What messages do you have for the Leo collective at this time? What do we got? Don't. What do we got here? Okay, ooh, Queen of Wands, period. Magician in reverse, Two of Wands, 10 of Wands in reverse, Hermit in reverse. What's at the bottom of the deck? 9 of Pentacles in reverse, Queen of Swords, 7 of Wands in reverse, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. Okay, period. Good things happening. Not everything is perfect, but you know what? That's life, right? I do feel like a lot of you guys were recently in a place where maybe you felt like either tied to some sort of commitment financially that wasn't benefiting you in some way, or it was hurting you in some ways. Could have been a job, this could have been a partnership, this could have been a business. Honestly, it doesn't really matter here, but the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, it feels like a lot of you guys didn't feel like you had a whole lot of freedom or growth potential in whatever it is that you guys were involved in, okay? And I think a lot of you guys may have recognized, like, Queen of Swords, 7 of Wands in reverse. Like, it didn't matter how much you fought or, you know, did your best or contributed or whatever. It just felt like there was never gonna be anything that pushed you forward or got you to where you wanted to go, essentially. So I feel like a lot of you guys went looking for new opportunities. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. Okay, some of you guys could have been applying to new jobs, you know, interviewing. Some of you guys may have been, you know, pursuing other things like starting your own business or, you know, freelancing, getting to be an entrepreneur, whatever. And it feels like, you know, even though things weren't perfect, maybe you didn't, I can't show you this card. I keep forgetting this is the erotic tarot deck that I have, and so a lot of these cards are like nude photos of people, so I can't show you certain cards. Okay, but I have the Magician here in the reverse at the top of the deck, which feels like there may have been hiccups, there may have been you know, obstacles that came up that you found really challenging, that prevented you from getting to where you wanted to go. But I don't feel like this is really stopping the Leos in any capacity. I'm just checking to make sure everything's covered in this card, but the Queen of Wands showing up, like, this is y'all, this is the Leos for sure. Confidence to the T. You guys are magical beings. You're able to create something out of nothing, essentially. And I feel like even though you are facing obstacles, you are facing things, it's not really getting to you. It's not stopping you from pushing forward, from continuing. Because I do think you guys are, if you guys aren't seeing progress right now, we are in the midst of Mercury retrograde. That's probably why. And the Magician is definitely ruled by Mercury and Gemini. So whenever I see the Magician in the reverse, I automatically think Mercury retrograde. So we're going to be in this retrograde till about the end of the month. And it just feels like you guys aren't necessarily in a position where like you're hurting financially, but I also feel like there's a lot of excitement, there's a lot of passion into your next chapter here with this 2 of Wands and 10 of Wands in reverse right next to each other. It feels like you're putting, a lot of you guys are letting go of expectations too on like where you should be, how successful you should be at this point in time, or at this part of the journey, or at this age, whatever, insert thing here. A lot of you guys are letting go of that burden of those expectations, and you're like, you know what? Fuck what society has to say with this Hermit in reverse. Fuck what society has to say. I'm gonna do something that I want to do. I'm gonna do something that makes me happy. And you guys are figuring out what that looks like, how to get there, and how to make it profitable and sustain you in a way that feels realistic and brings you joy and happiness and fulfillment. Honestly, like, it's not just about the money for you guys. Yes, obviously the goal is to make money at this, but I also see like it's not so much about being a millionaire or a billionaire. It's about independence. It's about being happy. It's about enjoying what you do. And it's about having that unlimited potential and not feeling like there's a glass ceiling always above your head. That's what I get. T, love it. I think that's a continuation of your last reading from earlier in the month. I think I said something about, for those of you that are like looking to start a new business, like definitely do that. Put yourselves out there, because I think there's a lot of opportunity for you guys to be successful in that. I'm going to close out your reading with one final deck. Spiritual team, daily crystal inspiration. What final messages do you have for the Leo collective at this time? What final messages do you have for the Leo collective at this time? What's going on here? Bloodstone, get up and get moving. Yeah, I love it. Keep pushing. Even though it may not make sense as to like why you're running into the problems that you're running into, it may, you know, down the line show you or teach you something that now you can easily do later on. And you're like, oh, well, I faced this problem before and now I know exactly how to handle that, so on and so forth. But the whole key, the whole point is to really just stay motivated, keep moving, keep doing things, keep trying things. Next, we have Black Kyanite, set strong boundaries. Yeah, and that's for those of you where you feel like expectations are hindering your growth or preventing you from trying something or doing something that you want to do, right? So setting boundaries with people that are like naysayers or like very conservative in terms of like, I don't think you should do that. That's not safe. That's not traditional, whatever. Like, you're going to want to keep people out of your business that are like that, and also set boundaries even with your own brain. Because I feel like sometimes we think, or we internalize expectations from society or our families, friends, whatever, and then we repeat those back to ourselves internally. So you may have to set strong boundaries with that voice in your head as well. Finally, at the bottom of the deck, we have Aragonite, release your emotional baggage. And that can be both in love and in whatever it is that you're trying to achieve business-wise or just in life in general. Letting go of those expectations, letting go of those preconceived notions, those limiting beliefs, behaviors, that self-sabotage, all of that. You gotta release it, you gotta let it go. Okay, Elsa, let it go. All right, Leos, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Please leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me in the future. And maybe share this with another Leo if you think they might want to hear this message. If you want to see more content from me, I'm also on TikTok and Instagram. My handles are below in the description box. And you can also send me DMs on those platforms if you want to schedule a personal one-on-one reading with me. As always, thank you guys so much, Leos, for watching. I really appreciate the support. I hope to see you guys in the next reading. Until then, please take care of yourselves.